In this video, we will cover some essential travel tips for getting around Poland. After arriving at the airport, you have a few transportation options to get you to your hotel or hostel, but your first ride will likely be taken in a taxi. Generally speaking, Polish cab drivers are quite honest, but to avoid being overcharged, ignore the gentlemen that stand near arrivals asking if you need a cab. Instead, head for the information desk at the airport, or go directly to the line of cabs waiting just outside the airport. Hailing a cab is not common in Poland, so you will need to either find a taxi stand or call one on the phone when you need one. You can find taxi stands throughout the major city centers, bus and train stations, shopping malls, hotels, and movie theaters. The firm Radio Taxi and their affiliates are usually your best bet, and they have cabs in most major cities. There are fancier cabs, such as Mercedes or BMWs, but such a luxury will naturally come at a higher cost. All fares must be displayed on the window of cabs by law, but the tariffs do change depending on the time of day. Be sure to avoid the so-called pirate or mafia cabs that do not have a company name or phone number on the vehicle. These cars only have a sign that says taxi and are typically driven by the gentlemen who wait near the arrivals at the airport. You can easily travel through Poland by bus or train for very reasonable prices. There are several different kinds of train in Poland, and the fares will depend on which kind you choose. Inner city, Eurocity, and express trains run through larger cities, and regional and local trains travel to smaller towns. On the train, you are more than likely to share a compartment with other passengers, so be sure to say Dzień dobry when you enter and do widzenia when you leave. Unlike on a bus, where your luggage is stored underneath the bus in a compartment, you will need to keep a careful eye on your bags on the train. U.S. students should be aware that neither their U.S. student IDs nor ISIC cards will qualify them for student ticket rates in Poland. But that's okay, because one of the cheapest ways of traveling through Poland is on Polski Bus. For instance, you can travel from Warsaw to Kraków for around 9 złotych. At today's exchange rate, that is less than $3. Each city has its own public transportation system made up of buses and trams. Warsaw is the only city that also has a metro. Be sure to always have a ticket when using public transportation, because there are sporadic ticket checks from undercover inspectors, and you will have to pay a hefty fine without a ticket. When you enter the streetcar or bus, you will need to validate your ticket by inserting the correct end into one of the machines. If you are confused, just follow the cues of the other passengers. There are different ticket prices based on time and distance. You can buy a timed ticket, a one-ride ticket, or weekly, monthly, or yearly passes. Your simplest bet is to purchase a normal ticket from the nearest kiosk or automated ticket machine until you figure out your long-term transportation needs. Some of the new trams and buses have such machines on the vehicles, but they are notoriously ornery and usually require exact change. Your greatest tool for getting around Polish cities is the website and phone app called Jak dojadę, which translates to, How do I get there? Simply type in your location and where you would like to go, and it will give you the exact bus or tram numbers, their arrival times, and the total travel time. The best part is that the app has an English option. A note about travel schedules. There are 13 public holidays in Poland when the tram and bus routes will either be reduced or stopped entirely. Sundays are also considered holidays in terms of public transport, and buses and trams, as well as many shops and stores, will have a reduced schedule of operation. Although Poland is part of the European Union, they do not use the euro as their official currency. The currency in Poland are złoty and grosze. 100 grosze equals 1 złot. If it helps, you can think of złoty as dollars and grosze as cents, except that złoty come in both paper and coin form. The banknotes are in denominations of 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, and 500, and there are 1, 2, and 5 złoty coins. Grosze only come in coin form. The coins come in 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, and 50 grosze. You can change your US dollars at hotels, city banks, or in a kantor. Be sure to look up the exchange rate yourself, and you might want to go to more than one location to make sure that you get the best rate. Major credit cards are accepted at most restaurants and shops, and you can easily find ATMs around the city center or shopping malls. While personal checks are not used in Poland, you can cash your traveler's checks at hotels or banks. If you need to pick up some medicine while you are traveling, you can stop at an apteka, or pharmacy. These are quite easy to find on the city streets, but most are not open 24 hours. Although the practice is slowly disappearing, you might have to pay a nominal fee to use public restrooms, especially those found in train stations or bus terminals. Be sure to carry around some change because you are likely to pay 1 to 3 złote to use these facilities. Look for signs that say WC or toalety. Some establishments might still use the circle and the triangle to designate restrooms. The circle is for women and the triangle is for men. In larger cities, you will find that many Poles speak English, especially those under 30. If you stop someone for directions in English, be sure to say dzień dobry or przepraszam first, and thank them with dziękuję bardzo. Not every cab driver will speak English, so if you are taking a cab, have the address of your destination written down just in case. Many Poles do understand English, even if they don't speak it well, so be careful of what you say. In major tourist destinations, you will certainly have no trouble finding an English-speaking tour. So relax and enjoy one of Europe's most beautiful countries.